It's okay. These are not sitting jeans, I'll tell you that much. So let's talk about gender expression, fashion, sexuality, and mostly fashion. Where do I begin? I can begin by saying that I haven't worn a more feminine outfit like this in, I would say, definitely since I moved home from London. There's a lot of reasons for that, but I think after having just tons of conversations about it and reading about it a lot and all that, femininity and masculinity is something. First of all, I hate those words, so let's start off with those words and give some definitions. I would never refer to a characteristic trait as feminine or masculine. That literally doesn't exist. I hate more than anything when people use those like masculine energy, feminine energy when they're using it like in especially ways that uphold patriarchal blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like there's different ways of using those words. But I'm using them specifically in the sense of fashion and how society as a whole, in Western society at this specific point in time, what is deemed feminine and masculine clothing. That is specifically what I'm referring to. I have to put some sort of label on it. So that's what I mean when I'm saying those things. So growing up, I was always an athlete. Like that was my personality trait. I was an athlete my entire life. And when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, I self-described myself as a tomboy in my journals, always calling myself a tomboy at 7 and 8 years old. And now there's a car coming by, so I'm just going to pretend like I don't see them. Yeah, so that is how I self-identified. But then very quickly, I think 3rd grade, it's like, okay, maybe 4th grade. Boys and girls don't play together on the playground. You know, you either go play with the boys and go play with the girls. And I was not like, I had some tomboy friends that were really tomboy, and they would go play up with the boys, but like I enjoyed hanging out with both, but I obviously chose the girls, right? Still do. And yeah, so then you're really just forced into this box of performing and how can I be accepted by this group? So much of my life felt uncomfortable in how I was being perceived. And the only time I truly felt so comfortable in who I was and in my clothes was when I was playing sports and I felt like freed from gender. And again, a lot of this ties into misogyny. Like you can't have this conversation without bringing that up because it is very hard to detangle wanting to be free from misogyny versus genuinely feeling comfortable in like masculine, feminine clothing. And I think it's impossible to entangle. You can't remove yourself from the context in which you exist and which you were raised in and the experiences you've had. So to this day, I can't untangle that. I'm just speaking from my experience. Anyway, and so as I got older, dressing and coming to terms with like my identity as a queer person, dressing really feminine felt like drag. And I'm not dying on this hill. I'm just saying it's the best comparison and words I have for it. It feels like a costume and I love it. Like I love to perform. I love the costume. I love femininity and I love seeing it, I love observing it, and I love stepping into it. But for people who I've spoken to who are very feminine and enjoy being feminine and are comfortable in their femininity, it's kind of described as like an extension of self. And for me, femininity has always felt like a caricature of myself. That's why I felt so uncomfortable all those times dressing feminine, like throughout high school and that. Because part of me enjoyed it, but then part of me was uncomfortable because I knew that I wasn't being perceived properly. And because it would be like, okay, yes, this is me. I'm wearing this, like, whatever. But then underneath that, it was just, this always felt like a separate version of me. Like, this is Juliet. Like, this isn't Julie. This is Juliet. and she loves to perform. She loves performing femininity, and so there's nothing in this world I hate more than being misunderstood, especially about something with your identity, and especially around people who you don't want to be misunderstood by. There nothing in the world frustrates me more. And of course, like, that has to do with my childhood. Like, everyone has their own experiences. I'm sure lots of people can relate to that. Like, you don't want to be misunderstood, because I could care less like what certain people think, but I hate being misunderstood. Like, when I walk down the street wearing this, like, I want, not everyone, but like, I want people to know, like, I wish like it was just like obvious that I had a costume on, and like, you know, when you see someone up on a stage and they're wearing a costume or a Halloween costume, or they have like a wig that does not match them at all, like, you're like, oh, that's costume, but like, it's cute, I love what's happening, but you understand that that's not their skin, right? I don't know. I still, like, I'm not dying on any one hill. I'm just explaining my experience, and like, I'm not latching onto any labels. And again, could all just be misogyny. I don't know. But then again, like, I don't feel that way, because I feel very comfortable dressing also more masculine. But at the end of the day, like, I feel most myself in athletic wear. And that could also just be my identity as an athlete my whole life. And then once sports was gone, like, what was left? I felt like I kind of had to be forced back into full femininity. But yeah, so this is my first time in a while dressing feminine again. And I think something I'm coming to terms with is that I have to accept that not everyone is going to know like how I feel inside and how I see myself and my self concept. And I have to accept that not everyone's going to perceive me correctly. And I can't control that. And I feel like I've wanted to for so long, for my whole life. But all that truly matters, is like, your closest people to you see you fully, and that you see yourself fully. Even, you could spend your lifetime, even if it's like family members, trying to explain yourself. And some people are just committed to misunderstanding you, like, fully committed to their image of you and what they, like, people from your past, from that past version of yourself, they had no idea what was going on inside your head or your body. Some people are just committed to seeing you through their worldview, and you just can't control for that. So yeah, I guess I am for those who understand me. And I don't know, going forward, like, if I will be wearing a lot of dresses or skirts, if I ever felt comfortable in those. But yeah, I see femininity sometimes, like, at this age, now that I'm an adult, like, I feel like I'm dressing, when I dress really feminine, I feel like I'm dressing a Barbie. And like, that Barbie is not me. It's like, I'm the Barbie, but I'm not like like, I'm a doll and I'm dressing myself. And it's like I'm dressing like the women that I was in awe of when I was a little kid. Um that I was just so fascinated and like starstruck by. It's fun to embody that sometimes. I don't know. Again, this could all just be, I want to escape misogyny. And just be a person. But I mean, queerness tends to do it, because I am a queer person. I do enjoy also embodying more like masculine. Like, most of the times, it's hard to untangle from misogyny, because most of the times men are going to see you exactly how they want to see you. So when I wear these jeans and I'm like, okay, like, Barbie gay country, like, it's a costume, then I'm like, oh god, I'm being perceived by men. Fuck no. And it kind of just ruins it for me, makes me feel disgusting and disgusted. It's not it's not fun anymore. It's not like a fun little performance anymore. It's like, ew, get away from me. Yeah. So essentially, that is that. There's no conclusion. There's no conclusion to this, other than if you can relate, and if any of my thoughts are something you have experienced yourself. I mean, some people identify with androgyny, or being non-binary. I really don't put labels on myself, and I don't know if I don't fully identify with any one label. I just go by queer. And yeah, and there's so many boxes within queerness, like being a mask lesbian and being a chapstick lesbian, a femme. Like I hate those. I hate those boxes. Like they're all so confining and suffocating to me because I don't feel like I fit into any one of those boxes. And I hate that other people be like, "Oh, you think you're this. You think you're this, but you're actually this. You're actually just a feminist." Like I hate being misperceived and like, "Oh, what you're feeling is actually just misogyny." It's like, "Okay, yes, but it's also beyond that." And it's something I felt my whole life as a little kid. So, if anyone has any success with like letting go of that, because I still like do not want to wear this outfit in public, because I hate the idea that someone's like, "Oh, that's a femme person." Then you're like, "Well, you're dressing that way. That's obviously what you want. That's obviously what you feel." Dude, I don't know. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Maybe I just want to play dress up. I don't know. It's hard to just like explore and play with identity and expression in a world that is like so committed to labels and boxes, that are all so arbitrary and dumb. And it's like this part of me so badly wants people to hold space for all parts of me equally and not be like, "Oh, no, the feminine version of her, like that's her. That's her." You know what I mean? It's like nobody gets me. Anyway, that is pretty much it because I'm kind of tired of these cars passing by and they're not even going down this road because they live here. They're just driving by for my podcast, honestly. Oh no, she lives there. Yeah.